Om Shanti. Murli date 19th of November 2024. Bapdada, Madhuban. Essence, sweet children. Your remembrance is very wonderful because you remember the Father, the Teacher and the Sadguru, all three together. Question. When Maya makes some children arrogant, what is it that they do not care about? Answer. Arrogant children come into body consciousness and have a don't care attitude about the Murli. There is a saying that when a mouse found a piece of turmeric, he thought that he was a grocer. There are many who don't read the Murli at all and say that they have a direct connection with Shiv Baba. Baba says, children, there are always new things in each Murli, so never miss a Murli. Let there be a lot of attention paid to this Om Shanti. The spiritual father asks, you sweetest, long lost and now found children, in whose remembrance are you sitting here? The Father, the Teacher and the Sadguru. Are all of you sitting in remembrance of all three? Each of you should ask yourself, do I have remembrance only when I am sitting here, or do I also have the remembrance of whilst moving around? This is a wonderful aspect which is not told to other souls. Although Lakshmi and Narayan are the masters of the world, you cannot say of those souls that they are the Father, Teacher and the Sadguru. In fact, you cannot say this of any human beings in the whole world. It is only you children who remember him in this way. You feel internally that Baba is your Father, your Teacher and your Sadguru, and that he is the Supreme. Do you remember all three or only one? Although he is only one, you remember him with the qualities of all three forms. Shiv Baba is our Father, Teacher and Sadguru as well. This is something extraordinary. You should remember this while sitting down and also while walking and moving around. Baba asks, do you have the thought while remembering him that he is your Father, Teacher and Sadguru? There can be no such bodily being. Sri Krishna is the number one bodily being, but he cannot be called the Father, Teacher or Sadguru. This is an absolutely wonderful aspect. So, you should say truthfully whether you remember Baba in all three forms. At the time of eating, do you only remember Shiv Baba, or do all three emerge in your intellects? You cannot refer to any other souls in this way. This is a wonderful thing. The Father's prize is unique, and so you should also remember the Father in this way. Your intellects will then be completely drawn to one who is so wonderful. The Father sits here and introduces himself and also gives you this knowledge of the whole cycle and of these different ages and how many years each one lasts and how it rotates. Only that Father, the Creator, can give you this knowledge. You will receive a lot of help by remembering him. He alone is the Father, Teacher and Guru. No other soul can be as elevated as he is. However, Maya makes you forget to remember such a Father, and you then forget the Teacher and the Guru too. Each of you should feel in your heart that the Father is making you into the masters of such a world. The inheritance of the unlimited Father is definitely unlimited. His prize should also emerge in your intellects. As you walk and move around, all three should be remembered. Only that soul does all three types of service at the same time. This is why he is called the Supreme. People arrange conferences, etc. to find a means of establishing peace in the world. Tell them that this is happening now, and so they should come here to understand how. Who is doing this? You have to prove the Father's occupation to people. There is a vast difference between the Father's occupation and Sri Krishna's occupation. All others are called by their bodily names, whereas the name of that one soul is praised. That soul is the Father, the Teacher, and the Guru. There is knowledge in that soul. But how can he give it? He can only give this knowledge through a body. It is when he gives this knowledge that he is praised. You children hold conferences on Shiv Jayanti. You invite the leaders of all the different religions to come. You have to explain that God is not omnipresent. If God is in everyone, then is every soul God? The Father, the Teacher, and the Guru? Tell me, do you have the knowledge of the beginning, middle, and end of the world cycle? No one can tell you this. There is such great praise of the highest on high Father, and it should emerge inside you children. He is the one who purifies the whole world. Matter too becomes pure. At the time of the conference, you should first ask, who is the God of the Gita? Who established the golden-aged deity religion? If they say that it was Sri Krishna, the Father's name disappears. Or if they say that he is beyond name and form, it is as though he does not exist. Therefore, without the Father, it means that they are orphans. They just do not know the unlimited Father. They use the sword of lust and cause so much distress and sorrow for one another. Therefore, your intellect should charm all of these things. You have to show them the contrast. Lakshmi and Narayan are a goddesses and God, because theirs is a dynasty. They must all be gods and goddesses. So, you should invite people from all religions to come. You must only invite those who are well educated and who can clearly give the Father's introduction. You can write to them and say that we will make arrangements for the travel and accommodation of those who are able to give the introduction of the Creator and the beginning, middle, and end of the creation. You know that no one else can give this knowledge. Even if someone comes from abroad and can give the introduction of the Creator and the beginning, middle, and end of the creation, we would pay all his expenses. No one else can advertise in this way. You are courageous. You are the Mahavirs. Do you know how they, Lakshmi and Narayan, claimed the kingdom of the world? What kind of courage did they have? All of these things should enter your intellects. You are carrying out such an elevated task. You are purifying the whole world. Therefore, you have to remember the Father and the inheritance. You should not just remember Shubaba, but you must also speak his praise. This praise only belongs to the incorporeal. But how can the incorporeal give his introduction? He definitely needs a mouth in order to give the knowledge of the beginning, middle, and end of the creation. This mouth is praised a great deal. People stumble around so much to go to Gaumukh, cow's mouth. They have created all sorts of stories. They say that an arrow was shot and the Ganga emerged. They think that the Ganga is the purifier. How can anyone be purified by water? Only the Father is the purifier. The Father continues to teach you children so much. The Father tells you what to do. So, who is going to come and give the introduction of the Father, the Creator and creation? Sages and holy man knows that. Even the Rishis and Munis used to say, Neti Neti, neither this nor that. We do not know anything. That means that they were atheists. Now see, if there is anyone who is a theist, you children are now becoming theists from atheists. You know the unlimited Father, the one who makes you so elevated. People call out, O God, the Father, liberate us. The Father explains, at this time, it is the kingdom of Ravan over the whole world. All are corrupt, but they will become elevated again. It is in the intellects of you children that the world was pure in the beginning. The Father does not create an impure world. He comes and creates a pure world. which is called the temple of Shiva. Shubaba creates Shivalaya, the temple of Shiva. You know how he does this? Neither does total annihilation takes place, nor does a total flood takes place. They have written all sorts of things in the scriptures, such as only the 5 Pandavas were left, and they then melted away on the Himalaya mountains. However, no one knows what happened after that. The Father sits here and explains all of these things. Only you know that the Father is the Father, the Teacher, and the Sadguru. These temples do not exist there. The deities used to exist. Their memorial temples exist here. All of this is fixed in the drama. Second by second, something new takes place as the cycle continues to turn. The Father gives very good direction to you children. Some children who are very body conscious think that they know everything. They do not even read the Murlis. They don't value them at all. Baba urges you, sometimes a Murli is very good, therefore you should not miss it. If you have missed the Murli for 10 or 15 days, you should sit and read them. The Father says, challenge them and say that if anyone comes and give the knowledge of the Creator and the beginning, middle and end of the creation, we will pay all his expense. Only those who know about this will be able to issue this challenge in this way. Only when a teacher knows the answer can he ask a question. How could a teacher ask a question without knowing the answer? Some children have a don't care attitude about the Murli. They say, we just have the connection with Shubaba. However, you also have to listen to the things that Shubaba says. Not just remember him. Baba tells you such good, sweet things, but Maya makes you completely arrogant. There is a saying that a mouse found a piece of turmeric and thought he had become a grocer. There are many who do not read the Murli at all. New points keep coming up in the Murlis. Therefore, you have to understand all of these things when you are sitting in remembrance of the Father. You also have to remember that the Father is the Father, the Teacher and the Sadguru. Otherwise, how could you study? The Father has explained everything to you children. It is you children who will reveal the Father. Son shows Father and Father shows Son. It is souls who are shown. Then it is the children's task to show, reveal the Father. The Father will not then let go of you. He will say, today go to this place and tomorrow go somewhere else. There is no one who can order that one. People will read this invitation in the newspaper. At this time, all the people in the world are atheists. The Father alone comes and makes you into theists. At this time, the whole world is worth not a penny, no matter how much wealth and property America has. It is not worth a penny. All of that is going to finish. Out of the whole world, only you became worth a pound. There, no one will be poverty-stricken. You children should constantly churn this knowledge and remain cheerful. It has been remembered. If you want to know about super sensuous joy, ask the gopis and gopis. These things only apply at the confluence age. No one else knows about the confluence age. By serving at a fast speed, price of the confluence age may emerge. It has been said, O God, your play is wonderful. No one knows the God is the Father, the Teacher and the Sadguru. The Father continues to teach you children. This intoxication should remain permanently in you children. You should have this intoxication until the very end. The intoxication now very quickly becomes like soda water. Soda goes flat. If you keep it for a while, it just becomes salty water. This should not happen. You should explain to people in such a way that they begin to wonder. They say that it is good, but it is very difficult for them to make time to understand and make their lives like this. Baba does not forbid you to do business, etc. Just become pure and remember everything that Baba teaches you. That one is your teacher, and this is an uncommon study. No human being can teach you this knowledge. The Father enters this lucky chariot and teaches you. The Father explained to me, this is your throne on which the soul, the immortal image, comes and sits. You have been given that entire part. You now understand that this is something real. All other things are artificial. You must imbibe this very well and tie a knot so that every time you touch it, you will remember. However, you sometimes forget why that knot has been tied. You have to remember this very firmly. Along with remembrance of the Father, knowledge is also needed. There is liberation as well as liberation in life. Became very sweet children, although Baba understands that you children study every cycle and claim your inheritance number-wise according to the efforts you make. The teacher who teaches you still inspires you to make effort. You repeatedly forget, which is why you are reminded to remember Shiv Baba. He is your father, teacher and Sadguru. Small children would not have remembrance in this way. You cannot say of Sri Krishna that he is the father, the teacher and the Sadguru. How could the prince of the golden age, Sri Krishna, be a guru? You need a guru at a time of degradation. It has been remembered that the Father comes and grants everyone salvation. They make Sri Krishna as dark as coal. The Father says, by sitting on the fire of lust, everyone at this time has become like coal. That is why he is called ugly. These are such deep matters to understand. Everyone studies the Gita. It is only the people of Bharat who believe in all the scriptures. They keep everyone's image. So, then, what can you say about that? It means that their devotion is adulterated. Unadulterated devotion is of only the one Shiva. Only from Shiv Baba do you receive this knowledge. This knowledge is different. This is called spiritual knowledge. Acha, to you sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father. Bap Dada, the spiritual father says, Namaste to you spiritual children. Spiritual children says, Namaste to spiritual father. Essence for Dharana. First point, renounce any intoxication of perishable things and keep your spiritual intoxication of now changing from being worth not a penny to being worth a pound. God himself is teaching you and your study is uncommon. Second point, became theists and serve to reveal the Father. You must not become arrogant and miss any Murli. Blessing, may you become a worthy of worship soul who constantly performs elevated actions by having the foundation of purity. Purity makes you worthy of worship. Those who constantly perform elevated actions became worthy of worship. However, purity is not just celibacy. Let there not be any negative thoughts for anyone in your mind. Let there not be any inappropriate words. Let there not be any difference in your relationships and connections. Let there be the same good relationship with everyone. When there is no impurity in your thoughts, words or actions, you would then be said to be a soul who is worthy of worship. I am supremely worthy of worship soul. By having this awareness, you can make your foundation of purity strong. Slogan, constantly have this spiritual intoxication, Vahare Mai, the wonder of myself, and you will naturally continue to dance in happiness in your mind and with your body. Acha, Om Shanti.